And I'm glad to see that we've got this to this stage where we are launching this. The moment I got into Vee Technologies, this is one of the things I thought the organization could benefit from. While at a larger group level, we are not new to future skills. I think Sona Group of colleges were the first ones to really adopt future skills, not the prime, but the other B2B versions that we had. And of course, good to see Kirti also on the screen. So why Future Skills Prime? I think it's a sort of a no-brainer, but just want to start with the amount of digital adoption that we've seen, especially in the last 2 years since the pandemic struck us. It has actually grown multifold, right? And all of us are using technology, consuming technologies in various forms with or without our knowledge. Now, the whole idea of Future Skills Prime started off in terms of building the digital literacy of people. How do you build awareness around some of these key technology areas so that people can build a digital mindset, right? So the underlying thing is about building the digital mindset, because if you look at across the organization, we don't expect everybody to be an AI expert or an RP expert or a cloud expert, right? But the know-how of that is very important. And the reason that is important is everybody needs to be able to appreciate that in terms of what technology can bring in. Because if they're able to appreciate, they can also think about how to implement that. They may not know how to implement, but at least identify areas where technology can actually add value. So if you look at the major gap that is there in the industry, of course, one is the technology which is there, and each organization is addressing in their own way. But one of the major things which is still a problem area is actually the professional skills, right? So when you talk about the business skills or the soft skills, it is still one of a gap area. And these are the two main areas that the Future Skills Prime focuses on. It focuses on 10 emerging technologies and professional skills. And the good part is it's not only for people who are from the tech background, right? So they have contents which can cater to an absolute novice as well, who can just build an awareness, knowledge about technology, and right up to the people in the IT team who actually want to get deep dive into a particular technology area. I think that's one of the USP that we have. Now, while this is an e-learning platform, right? So we have several other e-learning platforms. So why is this so unique? This is one of a kind initiative, which is between the Ministry of Electronics, IT and NASSCOM. Sorry, Kirti, if I'm stealing some of your points here, but couldn't resist sharing this. So that is something which is unique. And of course, government is incentivizing learners as well, which we could also benefit from. Now, the key thing to success is not just getting onto the platform, getting IDs, but it's about how do we drive engagement. And what we've seen from the experience is usually it happens, it's successful only when it comes top down, right? And the good part that we have is our founder CEO, Choco. Choco is himself a tech visionary, right? He's a leader who always looks at a problem and tries to see what technology will be relevant to solve that problem, right? Not for the sake of it, but actually solving the problem. And he's got several patents to his name. And I'm still discovering in the last 4 months of how much Choco is into technology. Sometimes it keeps surprising me. Every interaction rather surprises me about the knowledge that he has and the way he thinks about solving a problem. Because problem solving per se is one of the major requirement in the industry, right? So people talk about technology and all of that, but a lot of people are actually missing common sense today. So that's where the life skills and all of that becomes absolutely important. The other important thing, if you look at from a larger group, is also when you talk about innovation and R&D, that's something which is very critical, right? And that's where the professional skills, it also focuses on things like problem solving, communication, collaboration, which has become absolutely critical, especially in the virtual world. And if I look at from a Sona group of institutions as well, innovation and R&D has been a key differentiator. In fact, I've had the privilege of being part of the recent R&D thing that they displayed, where a lot of students from various branches, they came and displayed all the R&D work that they've done. And it's amazing to see how they have used some of these technologies, right? So learning is just one part. The key thing is implementation. I think that's something which really stands out as a larger group, as an institution as well. And kudos to the principal of Sona Group of Institutions, and of course, led by the chairman and vice chairman, for really driving it top down. And I think if you look at NASSCOM actually has these different councils, you could say, right? They have this BPO council, they have the ER&D council, the IT services, products, and all that. And one thing which is very unique about Vee Technologies is it is a combination of all these councils together. Because within Vee Technologies, we have a BPO arm, we have an engineering division, we have Giri who heads that, we have Jagdish and Sam who leads the BPO thing. We have media tracking and various verticals, right? So if you look at product, we have that. When you talk about services, we do. We talk about BPO engineering, we have that. So it's a combination of all the councils that NASSCOM runs. And I think it'd be a good use case as well to see that how it is being benefited to each of these councils, right? So I think it would definitely be useful given that there is interest top down to really drive this. I would strongly encourage all my colleagues and the employees and students of the Sona group to leverage this platform because there are a lot of good things. And is it the be all end all of learning? The answer is no. And no one platform is actually can cater to that. It's just about getting the best of what is available there. And I think it has enough that we can derive from that platform, right? Or the Future Skills platform. So I'm really looking forward. I'm sure everybody at Vee and Sona would leverage FSP and benefit. And the last thing, I'm also hopeful that we also partner and offer Hire Me to FSP users pretty soon. We've been in discussions on that, and I'm sure we will have that pretty soon. So thanks so much.